Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Fallen. Welcome back to the Sputnik Entertainment YouTube channel. Before I start this channel, we originally created Sputnik Entertainment and Sputnik Entertainment YouTube channel to bring you guys all sorts of entertaining content. We have shot like reviews of BB-8. We've traveled to exciting events all over the United States and the world. But of course, I've made some commentary videos on this channel. Last time I did that was, or the first time I actually did that was during the DC unrest that has happened in the beginning of the year. I felt like I could not ignore commenting about this. Well, today is a happier day. Today, Mr. President Joe Biden officially took office. And I watched the ceremony and there were so many feelings and emotions, and even thinking about it makes me feel emotional. I just want to kind of express how I feel and what I hope from the future President of the United States. This is not your kind of content. I'm sorry. Come back to the next week of videos. We have tons of great reviews, previews, commentary, interviews coming up in the next few months. But it felt like a positive force. Something good has happened for the first time in a very long time. Between everybody who was there supporting him, from his speeches to Kamala Harris becoming not only the first woman vice president, but also a woman of color, first black African American woman to become vice president, first Indian American woman to become vice president. A lot of firsts came out. And of course, for Mr. Biden, President Biden, it was a very emotional day. He spent 8 years in the White House, and this is like his coming home. And I cannot imagine the feelings that he has experienced over the past year, and especially when he won the election last year. And I want to echo his message that the world is going through tremendous amount of turmoil at this point in time. We're facing economic crisis. We're facing a global pandemic crisis, and we should truly unite. And this is what I truly believe that this presidency is going to be about. Because when you look at someone, and I like to say I'm a pretty decent judge of character, I don't see bad in him. Now, I don't want to speak about the previous president who was in office, but you guys know my personal thoughts about him. I never wish anybody ill will, and I wish Mr. Trump to enjoy what is coming next for him. I would enjoy for Mr. Pence to enjoy whatever might be coming next for them. I would never wish for them to be hurt or prosecuted or something that would do physical or emotional damage to him or his family, like some people on the internet has done. I feel like there is nothing good that would come out of it. And I think that is the message of Mr. Biden, President Biden, coming into the office. And I've seen so much positive energy. It's just, I feel like everybody was ready for a change. Especially over the past few years when we experienced a lot of difficult times. We were hoping that 2021 is going to bring some great news to us, and sadly this year has started off with one of the darkest days in American history. It will go down in books, I'm sure. Sure, generations from now, this day in the beginning of the year will be remembered and will be talked about in classrooms of what has happened. And this is what happens when you try to fight democracy. Now, I truly can relate to a lot of their messages, because being a son of an immigrant, being an immigrant myself, and being in this country for almost 20 years, I cannot even express what I felt today. And you guys know me, for people who have been watching my vlogging channel, I'm an emotional person, and I was literally crying like a baby. It felt like a positive force, and I keep repeating that. But it's just, I truly believe that he can make a difference. Now, a lot of critics out there could say a lot of things about Mr. Biden, President Biden, that he's too old, that he has dementia, that he's going to die in office. I've heard it all from friends and relatives. But why not look at the positive side? Why not think about the good that he can do? Yes, God forbid that he passes. What about the changes that he's going to make while he's still on this planet? At the end of the day, we're all mortal. We're all here for only a small period of time. Yes, some of us are lucky enough to have good genes or great genes that get to live a long and healthy life. And sadly, some of us are taking way too soon from this wonderful planet we call home. At the same time, I hope that he keeps up what he talked about. I think now more than ever, we need strong leadership. Leadership that is not going to concentrate on dividing red from blue, Democrat from a Republican, black from white, police versus non-police, that creates crazy conspiracy theories associated with one of the deadliest diseases that has been seen in modern men. I hope, and I know that he's not going to be watching, but Mr. President, there's a lot of people looking up to you right now. Looking up to you as a sign and a potential hope signal. Kind of like how lighthouses are guides for ships lost at sea. And I think a lot of us are lost right now in the world. A lot of us lost our jobs, our financial security hoods, our sanity even. Sadly, over 400,000 families have lost their loved ones in this country alone, and millions all across the world. I haven't talked to you guys about this, but I lost a family friend to this terrible, terrible, heartbreaking disease. He's a person that got me into computers at about age of 6 or 7. I was always excited because the computers were brand new technology. He was one of the first IT people, especially in Russia. When he would visit my dad, he would always have new demo discs. For people who are older than me or older, might remember demo discs that used to exist. And I would ask him, what games have you been playing? What games are coming out? Yes, at that point in time, I was mostly interested in games. But at the same time, I learned how to tell time on the computer as well. Technology has gotten me through some of the hardest times in my life. And he's one of the reasons why my love for technology and computers has never diminished. He's a person that should have been with us for at least another 30 years. He's a father to a young child. He's a husband. And overall, a wonderful and caring human being. And I get it, it might be easy to make memes, jokes, conspiracy theories until you get touched by it. And I was hoping that would never happen to someone close to me or, of course, me. But with how widespread and powerful and deadly this virus is, I truly believe in the Biden administration and the promises that they're making, not just combating the virus, but helping businesses that have been borderline distraught and bankrupt due to it. Of course, you cannot compare a human life to a business, but thousands, if not tens of thousands of businesses have also no longer here. I know friends that used to visit neighboring restaurants or bars and survived through some of the hardest times and most difficult economic times, but sadly they could not overcome this. There's a pub up the block from me. that used to make some of the wonderful Irish food I've ever had, with wonderfully kind owner. He sadly had to close out his restaurant. He's been in business for over 20 years, and 1 year everything went away. I really hope change will come in the next 4 years, because there's been too much darkness in the world over the past year alone. We need a light at the end of the tunnel. We need a strong, kind, compassionate, understanding leader. And I truly think President Biden and Vice President Ms. Kamala Harris, or Mrs. Kamala Harris, will do the right thing. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. You guys know that I don't like to take political sides, but this is one of the historic moments. I remember when President Barack Obama won for the first term. I remember when he was re-elected and I was driving my old car and I put on Young Jeezy's My President's Black. And I was so happy when he got re-elected. I remember being distraught when Hillary Clinton sadly was defeated by Donald Trump. I was texting my ex-business partner, and both of us could not believe what was happening in the world. Because I think at the bottom of our hearts we knew that there could be a lot of terrible things that came out of it. Now, President Trump has been noted as the worst president in the United States. I don't want to give my statement on it. Do I disagree with a lot of his policies, his ideologies, his commentary, his suppression of press and media, his division of Black Lives Matter? But this is why this is a historic day. This is a day that I feel like I need to document in my own life, and as owner of Sputnik Entertainment, I felt like I needed to sit down and give my thoughts. But of course, this is always a conversation. I would love to know what your feelings are about today. What are you hoping is going to happen in the next 4 years? And if you don't support President Biden winning, I fully understand and respect your opinion. I would love to know at the same time why you don't support him. Sadly, I heard that the same verbiage being used when it came down between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Choosing lesser of two evils. And I get it, some people might feel that way. But this is why we're proud to be Americans. We have these rights. Rights that some people don't have in certain countries. Rights that we oftentimes take for granted. It's like putting on shoes, or setting an alarm, or having a cup of coffee. We feel like it's always going to be there. It's always going to be available to us. Well, imagine one day it was not. What would you do then? So this is why I always wanted to make this channel a conversation. If you don't disagree with me, let me know. If you do agree, what was your best memory of today? Or what is your hope for the future? Thank you guys very much for watching. I know this is a different type of video, but I promise next week we're going to get back to normally scheduled content. But also remember that tomorrow, our last video for the Sputnik Finance YouTube channel that we launched in the beginning of this year is coming out. And I'm hoping that in the next month, we can come back to 5 videos a week on each channel. Now I know that's a Herculean goal, and hopefully I'm not going to be burned out, because especially while we're still in the middle of the pandemic, I'm doing a lot of the work myself, from writing these scripts, coming up with ideas, editing, publishing, sharing it with you guys. But I'm hoping that at one point or another, we are going to see each other again. We're going to go to events, we're going to go to concerts, interview wonderful people, share amazing stories, visit amazing places, and anything else you guys would want us to cover. We're always listening. If you guys want to stay in touch with me, all my social media links are in the description. And as usual, see you in the next one. Please take care of each other and be safe.